After 12 Sundays, 59 minutes and 6 seconds came the crucial juncture of the 67 season. At this one particular moment, 1967 was indeed the year of the Ram. Points came in a variety of ways. Most importantly, they came in sixes. Lester Josephson and Dick Bass expressed an authority on the ground. They accounted for more than 1,400 yards and 10 touchdowns. It was colorful, it was exciting, it was hard, direct football. It was a style that grew up out of the offensive line. The line is the launching pad of glory. Little of it, however, finds its way to the heavily muscled shoulders of the men down in the dirt. Ken Iman, Tom Mack, Joe Schiavelli, Don Chewy, Joe Carollo, and Charlie Cowan provided a head-ripping point of departure that allowed Ram runners to turn in one of the best performances of the season.
Two marching bands, 3 jazz combos, 33 cheerleaders, 75 pom-pom girls, 20,000 balloons, and 82,000 fans welcomed the New Orleans Saints into the National Football League. Rookie John Gilliam made it a day to remember. On the opening kickoff of the Saints' opening game, he raced 95 yards to a touchdown. Unruffled by Gilliam's shocking touchdown, the visiting Los Angeles Rams launched a drive midway in the first quarter. Dick Bass, number 22, moved the Rams to midfield. Flanker Bernie Casey, on a Z-out pattern, gained 20 yards in the most significant play of the drive. Dick Bass, along with 4-year man Lester Josephson, number 34, muscled the Rams to the Saints' 2-yard line. With it 3rd and goal, Roman Gabriel's pass to Dave Pivick was just out of reach. The Rams were forced to settle with a 10-yard field goal by Bruce Gossett. Early in the second period, Dick Bass started Los Angeles off again with a 28-yard scamper down the sideline. The Ram line provided Gabriel with plenty of time to find Bernie Casey for a 20-yard advance. But the Ram drive died as a 3rd down flare pass to Tommy Mason fell incomplete. Bruce Gossett made good with a field goal. But minutes later, Charles Durkee did likewise for the Saints. With 2 minutes to play in the half, the Rams moved to midfield by way of a screen pass to Dick Bass. Two plays later, Bernie Casey sailed past George Rose and gathered in a 48-yard toss to put the ball on the New Orleans 20. Casey, who was the game's leading receiver with 4 receptions for 107 yards, moved the Rams to the Saints' 2. Roman Gabriel, finding his receivers covered, nose-dived into the end zone to give the Rams a lead they never surrendered. In the second half, the massive Ram defense, spearheaded by number 75 All-Pro Dave Jones, smothered the New Orleans offense and pressured them into several unsuccessful gambles. The Los Angeles offense, under the experienced direction of Roman Gabriel, scored often enough to win 27-13.
The ability to run would prove to be the decisive factor in this early season game that matched 2 title aspirants in the Cotton Bowl. The eventual Eastern Conference champions couldn't cope with Ram power. Final score was 35 to the Cowboys, 13.
Lamar Lundy, 6 feet 7, 260 pounds, 11 years of experience. Roger Brown, 6 feet 5, 295 pounds, an 8-year veteran. David Jones, 6 feet 5, 260 pounds, 7 years in the NFL. These 3 men, plus number 74, Merlin Olsen, comprise the best front 4 in football. They are Allen's Assassins, and they are bringing their devastating style of defensive football into the Cotton Bowl for the NFL Game of the Week. With linebacker Jack Pardee blitzing, Meredith throws into his area to Perkins. But Myron Patios comes over to stop the play. It's 3rd and 9 at the Rams' 28, and Meredith is passing. Free safety Eddie Metter intercepts to slam the door on the first scoring threat of the day. Les Josephson opens second period play with a 27-yard dash as the Rams penetrate Cowboy territory for the first time. Excellent play-action faking by Gabriel precedes a pass to Bass for a first down at the 15. On 2nd and 15, Roman Gabriel delivers a clutch completion. Bernie Casey makes the grab at the Dallas 6. Needing 1 yard for a first down, Dick Bass gets 2, and it's goal to go, Los Angeles. On 3rd and goal from the 3, Gabriel rolls out, and they won't catch him. It's the first touchdown of the game, and the Rams lead it 7-0. Meredith then finds Pettis Norman over the middle. The ball is dislodged from Norman by Herb Cross. The Rams' Chuck Lamson recovers on the Dallas 40. The fumble has given Los Angeles necessary impetus as Dick Bass skirts the Cowboy flank for 5 yards. Then tears up the middle to the Dallas 26. A quick square out to Jack Snow nets 9 more as the Ram offensive attack is relentless. Les Josephson, now wearing number 35, picks up the remaining 17 yards as he sweeps left end for a touchdown to give the Rams a 14-6 lead. Once Josephson had turned the corner, his speed carried him past the last two Cowboy defenders. But the cause of the inconsistent play is the ferocious rush of the Ram front four. The Rams take quick advantage of mistakes. Don Meredith's pass to Rensel is deflected by Herb Cross. Eddie Metter is there to intercept and streak unmolested for a touchdown. On this play, Metter broke the all-time Ram record for career interceptions. It's his 29th. Los Angeles holds an imposing 21-6 advantage. Dick Bass on a sweep meets a host of hard-pursuing Dallas defenders and can manage only 3 yards. Fullback Les Josephson finds the going better up the middle as he picks up a first down. Gabriel goes to the bomb. But his pass is just too long for Billy Truax. Gabriel's next pass is right on target as flanker Bernie Casey breezes by 4 Cowboy defenders to the Dallas 42. Josephson powers for 8 as the third quarter ends with... On the next play, Gabriel fights free from the rush. He launches a long pass for Truax. Number 27, Mike Gector, is called for pass interference, and the Rams have a first down at the Dallas 5-yard line. Number 55, middle linebacker Leroy Jordan, is blasted out of the play as Josephson slams to the 1. The drive culminates on Gabriel's 1-yard rollout for a touchdown. The Rams have moved out to a 28-13 margin. Two key blocks paved the way for Gabriel. Dick Bass provides the first, and Tom Mack the second as Gabriel catapults into the end zone. Flashy Tommy Mason moves the Rams from the shadow of their goal with a 16-yard sprint. Billy Truax has been an inviting target all day. This reception takes the Rams across midfield. Mason on a draw slashes for 15 more. A 12-yard diving catch by Snow carries Los Angeles to the Dallas 21. It takes just one play from there. Dick Bass jukes by number 21, Dick Daniels, and streaks for the touchdown that turned the game into a rout, 35-13. Bass gained more than 1,000 yards in 1966. This year, he appears headed for another sparkling season. Late in the fourth quarter, another fine Rams setback is showcased as rookie Willie Allison speeds 42 yards through the dispirited Cowboys. But the magnificent Ram defense stifles the Cowboys again. Myron Patios intercepts and returns 25 yards as the game ends. It's all smiles for head coach George Allen and the Rams. By routing the very strong Cowboys, his team has established stature and unquestioned respect. The victory enables the undefeated Rams to keep pace with Baltimore in the Coastal Division, while Dallas falls into a three-way first-place tie in the Capital Division.
The San Francisco 49ers meet the Los Angeles Rams in the first of a fierce intrastate rivalry. Today, the 49ers will beat the Rams at their own game, defense. The prospectors stole the ball 6 times during the afternoon. Three of the thefts occurred in the first quarter. The result was a 3-0 lead in favor of the 49ers at the end of the first period. John Brody set in motion the 49ers offense. The first strike is a 59-yard pass to John David Crow. The inspired 49ers defense has Gabriel unnerved. Jim Johnson goes stride for stride with Jack Snow and wins the battle for the ball. Johnson slithers upfield for 38 yards. Once again, the 49ers defense has put the offense within striking distance. Brody takes advantage of the situation immediately. He picks out rookie Bob Windsor for 55 yards and a touchdown. San Francisco's lead mushrooms to 17-0. Again, it's aggressive defense. This time it's the bomb squad. Bill Tucker's fierce hit jars the ball loose, and Wayne Swinford recovers. The 49er offense will have accumulated 20 points by the close of the half. Much of the scoring credit must be attributed, though, to the field position afforded by the ball-hawking San Francisco defense. An upset is in the making. The exceptional play of the 49er defense carries over into the third period. Kermit Alexander pulls in 1 of 3 San Francisco interceptions. Gabriel's bomb detonates a chain reaction in which Jack Snow loses a fierce battle to the scrappy 49er cornerback. It's defense all the way. The 49ers begin to feel Ram pressure. Roger Brown delivers the first blow. Lamar Lundy quickly follows, and Jack Pardee has the knockout punch. The Ram defense has recorded the first Los Angeles score. The Ram defense has fire in its eye. Clancy Williams outfights Dick Witcher for the ball and puts Los Angeles in scoring position. 49er defense busts Gabriel's plan. The big quarterback is forced to run. Los Angeles parlays the breakdown into another 6 points. The 49er lead is diminishing. The fearsome foursome and company regain the ball. Josephson works the option to Bernie Casey. Gabriel mixes his plays well, screening Dick Bass to the right for a first down. This sets up a well-executed swing pass to Les Josephson, who slips into the end zone, giving the Rams the lead for the first time in the afternoon. As the fourth quarter opens, it's still Ram defense. Chuck Lamson deflects Brody's pass, and Clancy Williams pulls in his second interception. Bruce Gossett pads the slim lead with a three-pointer. San Francisco 49ers need a touchdown to win. The combination of Brody to Sonny Randall brings them 32 yards closer. The upset of the week is realized as Randall is targeted again. The final score stands Los Angeles 24, San Francisco 27. It was a day of defense, and the 49ers beat the best at their...
Rosie Greer was sidelined early in the season. His frustration would be compounded by the end of this long, gray Baltimore afternoon. The Rams struck brilliantly and swiftly. A full Baltimore blitz, linebackers and a safety lose the gamble. Roman Gabriel fires a fingertip bomb to Jack Snow. The incredible catch is quickly balanced by a typical Unitas drive, culminating with Lenny Moore sweeping left end. Combination of Gabriel to Snow worked once, it will again. With almost an arrogant casualness, Snow continues to maintain its reputation of never having been caught from behind. The next Ram scoring opportunity will be via the field goal. Bruce Gossett punches the ball exactly 47 yards. It bounces through the uprights to 3 points. The Rams now need a touchdown to tie. Unitas is in his glory when it comes to killing the clock, controlling the ball. Maxie Baughan defies the master's touch, and the Rams are still alive. Bernie Casey has taken the time to slip free in the corner of the end zone. The score is tied, 24-24. Unitas has one more chance. Willie Richardson had beaten Clarence Williams once. Unitas goes back to the well. A splendid effort by Williams wrests the ball from Baltimore. Possession is hotly disputed by the Colts. It would have meant sure field goal range and victory. The referee's decision will be final.
On 4th and 1 at the 14, Unitas calls a daring play which completely fools the Rams. Rookie Ray Perkins has a touchdown in his hands, but drops it. Baltimore's first opportunity has gone wanting. The Rams begin to dig out from their own territory as Les Josephson circles for a 6-yard gain. strong-armed Roman Gabriel whistles a pass over the middle to tight end Billy Truax, good for 13 yards. Gabriel comes back with another pass to Truax, which brings the ball out to the Rams' 47. A safety blitz is eluded by Gabriel, who throws the ball 55 yards in the air. Jack Snow makes an impossible catch, and in a flash, Los Angeles owns a 7-0 lead on Snow's first touchdown reception of the season. Allen tells Gabriel to open up the air attack, so Roman comes out firing. On the first scrimmage play, he throws a quick post to Snow, who evades Bobby Boyd and outspeeds Rick Volk for an 80-yard touchdown. Rams 14, Colts 10. On third down, Gabriel hits Truax for a first down. On a draw, Tommy Mason is cut down by a mammoth Bubba Smith. It's the same play, same cast, as Smith drops Mason for a loss. On fourth down, Gossett's 50-yard field goal attempt sails short and to the left, and the Colts take over. Behind solid protection, Unitas rifles a pass to Richardson for 9 yards. On 2nd and 1, Unitas doesn't fool Dave Jones, who smothers Johnny for a 7-yard loss. On third down, Chuck Lamson neatly breaks up a Unitas pass to Mackey. A 19-yard punt return by Herb Cross sets the Rams up nicely at the Colt 46. Gabriel spears Truax over the middle for a first down as the third period ends with Baltimore still on top, 17-14. At the start of the final period, Dick Bass squirms for a 9-yard gain. On a busted play, Gabriel checks off to Mason for a nice gain, but an illegal Ram receiver downfield cancels the play and sets Los Angeles back 15 yards. Jack Snow recoups 18 yards as flat on his back he makes another miraculous reception. Chased out of the pocket, Gabriel scrambles 15 yards to the Ram 34. On a draw, Josephson barrels for 7. A well-executed screen to Josephson nets 12 yards as the Rams inch into Colt territory. This time, Gabriel cannot slip away as the Colts drop him for a loss that forces Los Angeles into another field goal try. From 47 yards out, Gossett's kick caroms over the crossbar, and the Colt margin is reduced to a touchdown. A fierce rush by number 78, Roger Brown, obscures Unitas' vision. Maxie Vaughn intercepts and strides 21 yards, 12 precious yards. With blue shirts flailing away around him, Gabriel keeps his poise until he finds Bernie Casey unattended in a corner of the end zone. The Rams have tied the score at 24 all, as the Colts claim Williams stole the ball on the ground, and thus Baltimore was denied an opportunity to break the 24-24 tie. The tie still keeps Baltimore in first place in the Coastal Division, while Los Angeles drops to third place.
3,000 miles and a week later back in California, the repercussions of the tie would be dramatically underlined. The Rams would play another 60-minute deadlock, but then so would Baltimore. Going into the 7th week, the record stood at 3-1-2. The Rams had been playing at 100%. Hereafter, 110% would be necessary. Desire would be the keynote for the confrontation in Wrigley Field with the Bears. The Rams had not won in Chicago since 1959. Every ounce of desire would be necessary to regain the winning track. Jack Pardee blocks the attempt. Irv Cross recovers. The Rams quickly take the offensive initiative. Isolating Josephson on a linebacker is a tactic worth 6 points. With blood in their eye, the Bears come hard, intent on mayhem. They aren't playing control, and the Mason to Casey option clicks. Victory was won. The necessary momentum was achieved. The Rams were on their way.
The fearsome foursome take on the Bears and Sayers in Chicago. The dreariness of the weather, windy and damp, was to be echoed by the performance of Mr. Sayers and company today. The Rams wasted little time in exploiting the once powerful Bear secondary. Setback Les Josephson beat Bear linebacker Buffon, and it was 7-0 Rams. Scrambling quarterback number 11, Jack Concannon, has given the Chicago backfield added rushing strength with his quickness and agility. He led a drive that carried the Bears deep into Ram territory on 3 scampers that totaled 51 yards. Here we see 2 of his exciting runs. The drive was thwarted when number 74, Merlin Olsen, stopped Gale Sayers for a 5-yard loss, and a Concannon pass was intercepted. However, the Bears got the ball back on this thievery by cornerback Roosevelt Taylor, number 24, as the quarter ended. The Rams defense held the Bear air attack to 100 yards, 63 of them coming on this screen pass to number 29, Ronnie Bull, who followed his blocking to the Ram 2, where he was finally dragged down by number 44, Chuck Lamson. From there, Concannon tied the game on a sneak at 7 apiece. The next Ram drive was spearheaded by their 2 strong setbacks, number 22, Dick Bass, and number 34, Les Josephson. They gained 120 yards rushing today, most of them around the Bear flanks. With less than 2 minutes to play in the half, Tommy Mason took a Gabriel pass, and number 20 quickly stepped out of bounds. It was Gabriel on a keeper, aided by a Dick Bass block, as the half came to a close, with Los Angeles leading 14-7. In the third quarter, after a Bear field goal, Gabriel continued to work on the Bear secondary. Billy Truax grabbed a Gabriel bullet and worked his way down to the Bear 20. From there, a little trickery from Gabriel to Mason to Casey put 7 more on the board, and it was now 21-10 Rams. On a muddy field, Gale Sayers usually sparkles, but not today. Sayers garnered only 13 yards and had 2 fumbles to boot. The Rams turned his second fumble into a score. Mason took a swing pass to the 2 as the quarter ended. And on 3rd and 2, Gabriel found Pivick at the end line, all alone. Rams 28, Bears 10. Dick Gordon put on a one-man show for the Bears in the fourth quarter. Number 45, Gordon, set up their final touchdown with a scintillating 43-yard punt return to the Ram 34. And he worked his way free into the corner of the end zone, where Concannon connected with him to make it 28-17 Rams. The Bears had a few last chances to make it close, but they fizzled out. The game ended ignominiously for Chicago as second-string linebacker Woodley picked off the Rams' 3rd interception of the day. The Rams overpowered the Bears and moved into second place in the Coastal Division.
For the next 4 weeks, the Rams were an irresistible force. The defense came up with a goal line stand, while the offense bolstered their record of success on short yardage situations. 49ers 7, Rams 17.
The Los Angeles Rams are seeking revenge, but more than 53,000 fans, San Francisco's largest crowd in 5 years, are pulling for the 49ers to repeat their previous upset victory in the classic West Coast rivalry. 49ers' hopes are buoyed early as John David Crow charges 23 yards on a draw play. Bay Area fans become ecstatic when John Brody throws to Sonny Randall for an apparent San Francisco touchdown. Their joy is shattered when offsetting penalties nullify the play. Hope is rekindled when rookie Doug Cunningham picks up a first down at the Los Angeles 22. John Brody follows with a scoring shot to John David Crow for a 7-0 San Francisco lead. In the second quarter, Roman Gabriel throws to his favorite deep receiver, Jack Snow, for a pickup of 54 yards. Another look at that last play shows that should Snow have failed to make the reception, the 49ers' Kermit Alexander would have been called for pass interference. From close range, Dick Bass booms into the end zone as the Rams rally to tie the game at 7-all. Bruce Gossett kicks off for Los Angeles. Doug Cunningham almost breaks free as he gets by everyone except Eddie Metter. San Francisco strikes deep into Los Angeles territory on a Brody to Dick Witcher completion that's worth 28 yards. Ken Willard comes to the near side for 6 yards before he's taken down by Chuck Lamson. On third down, the 49ers are still a half-yard short of scoring, and when Brody overthrows Crow, the tension shows in the furrowed face of Coach Jack Christensen. On fourth down, Ken Willard is smothered as the Rams' fearsome foursome slams the scoring door on the 49ers. In the third quarter, Les Josephson starts the Rams rolling with a 6-yard gain. Roman Gabriel, rushed hard by Roland Lakes, is dumped for a 10-yard loss. Gabriel makes up the loss with a 16-yard completion to Billy Truax. That's good for a first down. Les Josephson circles out of the backfield to grab Gabriel's pass for a touchdown and a 14-7 lead for Los Angeles. Gossett's short kickoff is anybody's ball. The Rams' Willie Daniel almost makes a recovery, but it's San Francisco's Frank Nunley at the bottom of the stack. Gary Lewis looks for running room, but finds linebacker Maxie Bond forming a one-man roadblock. John Brody, under severe pressure, is also frustrated by Maxie Bond, who intercepts and runs to the San Francisco 21. In the fourth quarter, the Ram threat runs into a stumbling block in the person of Matt Hazeltine, but Joe Carollo recovers the loose ball for Los Angeles. Bruce Gossett's 27-yard field goal gives the Rams breathing room. It's Los Angeles 17-7. 49ers try to collect their forces for a final fling, but Dave Parks is stopped with a necktie tackle by Irv Cross. Deacon Jones, number 75, puts the rush on Brody, who's fortunate to get the ball to Willard for a short gain. San Francisco's final hope is extinguished when the Harry Brody fumbles the ball to Maxie Bond. Vengeance is the Rams as Los Angeles wins 17-7 to remain in second place in the Coastal Division.
Against the Eagles, it was a case of execution. George Allen has a set of goals, one of which is protecting the quarterback. The maximum a quarterback could be thrown was set at 31 times. As it was, they fell but 25 times during the season. Against the Eagles, Ram execution, perfect. Gabriel wasn't thrown once. Eagles 17, Rams 33. Consider a halfback on the fly. A defense must make quick adjustments. Clarence Williams does just that. But then quick adjustments can be overcome, as shown by Lester Josephson. Atlanta 3, Rams 31. The sweep is probably the most fundamental play in football. It's always power. It often adds up to points. Lamar Lundy has his own interpretation of how it should work. Detroit 7, Rams 31.
In a game which was characterized by unrelenting defense, the Rams met the Lions in Detroit. $55,000 Turkey Day fans had plenty to cheer about when the Lions' Dick LeBeau intercepted a Roman Gabriel pass to set up the first score of the day. Mel Farr slipped through the fearsome foursome for 5 tough yards. It was 7-0 Lions as number 35, Tom Nowatzki, powered over from the 3. The Rams tied the game early in the second period. Their first sustained drive was spearheaded by 2 Gabriel to Bernie Casey aerials. Casey, number 25, has the hands and the moves, and his height gives Gabriel a perfect target to throw to. The touchdown came in a bomb from Gabriel to Jack Snow. Snow's sure hands and deceptive speed have produced many such results this season. The first big break for the Rams happened when Mel Farr suffered one of his 2 key fumbles, and number 44, Chuck Lamson, recovered on the Lions' 16. Number 34, Les Josephson, put the Rams in the lead with a bruising 12-yard sweep around right end. Josephson rushed for 74 yards on the day. This is not a kickoff. The Rams invoked the seldom used free placement field goal rule after a fair catch of a Lion punt, with seconds remaining in the half. However, Coach Allen's clever strategy didn't pay off, as the attempt was short and almost returned for a touchdown. The half ended 14-7 Rams. The second half kickoff nearly resulted in disaster for Detroit. Lim Barney ran into a stone wall, but luckily Watkins was there to grab the loose ball for the Lions. The Ram defense made the Lions remember every yard they made, on the ground and in the air. But Detroit was moving the ball. Number 89, Gail Cogdill, took Sweetan's pinpoint pass for a first down. Number 32, linebacker Jack Pardee, spoiled the Lion drive with an interception. However, the Rams couldn't move the ball, and Detroit got it back. A mix-up in the Lion backfield was the main reason for this 18-yard loss. The Ram defense makes you pay for a mistake. Number 85, Lamar Lundy, made the big break for the Rams, intercepting a bobble pitch out to luckless Mel Farr as the third quarter ended. Gabriel took quick advantage of the break. Les Josephson beat the secondary, and the Rams were inside the 10. It was Gabriel to Truex, and a 21-7 score. Bill Plum tried to move the Lions, but was as unsuccessful as Sweet's hand, largely due to the heroic efforts of number 55, Maxie Bourne. The Rams iced the game on the next play. Number 21, Eddie Metter, picked off Plum's pass and carried deep into Lion territory. The only thing near Jack Snow was the goalpost, but he'll never forgive this goalpost for spoiling a sure touchdown. Gossett's ensuing field goal put the score at 24-7. The Rams got the ball once more, and Les Josephson was the star of this drive. Gabriel found him open, and the ball was on the Detroit 5. Josephson powered over from the 2 to cap a satisfying day for him and the Rams, who remained one game behind the Colts in the Coastal Division.
Gabriel connected with Bernie Casey for 40 yards as the Rams reached the Green Bay 21 at the end of the first quarter. Swinging out of the backfield, number 34, Les Josephson, takes Gabriel's pass, circling over the vacated area left by middle linebacker Ray Nitschke. In the first quarter, the Rams found only marginal success running against the Packers. Dick Bass finds that the change of the period hasn't altered a thing. Pressured from the outside, Gabriel, a strong quarterback, built on the sturdy frame of a linebacker, ran up the middle to set up a crucial 3rd and 16 situation. Rolling left, Gabriel finds Jack Snow at the flag, and the score is tied at 7. Gabriel rolls to his right and fires against the flow to Jack Snow as Los Angeles seemingly claws out of danger. For the second time in the game, Snow beats Bob Jeter. This time, Jeter waits for the tackle on Gabriel that never comes, and Snow, wisely completing his pattern, beats Jeter to a first down. Gabriel's mistake in the first half has been throwing the bomb. This time, Bernie Casey is double covered, and Willie Wood intercepts to set up the last scoring opportunity in the first half. Led by number 36, Ben Wilson, Travis Williams steams through the Rams for 8 yards. A turnout to Boyd Dowler moves the pack to the 22, well within the range of field goal kicker Don Chandler. The Rams necessitate the use of Chandler as they stymie Green Bay's drive for a touchdown. With only 46 seconds left in the half, Chandler's 32-yard field goal regains a slim 3-point lead for the Packers as the clock runs out. With only 2 quarters left to assert their superiority, the Rams must run if they are going to be able to defeat the Packers.
Using Lester Josephson as a battering ram, Los Angeles begins to move. Josephson's savage thrusts set up Dick Bass, who was used sparingly in the first half. The running has opened up the passing lanes, and Gabriel will take quick advantage of it. Only a lunging tackle by Bob Jeter cancels Bernie Casey's bid for a touchdown. Another reception by tight end Billy Truax sets Green Bay up for the fatal blow. Gabriel's ability to find the secondary receiver has made the Rams' passing attack dangerous. Rushed hard, he connects with Jack Snow for a touchdown that ties the Ram record for most TD passes in a season. More importantly, it puts Los Angeles in control 14-10. Number 34 at the bottom of the screen. He delays, then streaks to the flat, where the blocking wall has formed. Number 50, center Ken Iman, provides the key block as Josephson turns the Ram march into his personal crusade. The Rams' blocking is classic. Number 63, tackle Joe Carollo, obliterates linebacker Leroy Caffey, and Dick Bass moves to the Green Bay 34. When Gabriel hit Casey, the Rams were in sight of a touchdown. But Roman Gabriel stumbled, and though he gamely averted a loss, the Rams had to settle for 3 points instead of 7. Bruce Gossett kicks the Rams into a 7-point lead, 17-10. Number 55, Maxie Baughan, personified the Ram desire. Releasing from Donnie Anderson, Baughan is in perfect position to foil Starr's attempted swing pass to Chuck Mersine. At the snap, the Rams' front four beat their blockers in unison. But again, they seem to have overcharged and let Starr escape. Deacon Jones doesn't let it happen, as his pursuit almost causes the Packers to fumble. However, Starr has staved off disaster only for one play. His pass for Donnie Anderson is stolen by Clancy Williams, who returns it to the Green Bay 24. After 2 plays fail, Gabriel faces another important third down. Given time, he throws a perfect strike to Bass, who unfortunately misplays a sure touchdown. Bruce Gossett's field goal is hardly adequate recompense for a touchdown, but George Allen is grateful for a lead no matter how small. When the Rams regain the ball, Allen has reason for optimism. Nothing. Linebacker Tony Guillory blocked the punt, and Claude Crabb recovered and sped to the Packer 4. With only 44 seconds left, pandemonium rocked the Coliseum, and the Ram bench sensed victory with nervous anticipation. Gabriel's first pass trickled off Casey's fingertips, and Green Bay was still alive. A nervous George Allen remembers that early in the second period, the Rams took advantage of Bob Jeter's gambling play for a touchdown. This time, a play-action fake to Mason freezes Jeter at the scrimmage line. Unable to recover, Bernie Casey beats him for the winning touchdown. It was the shot heard round the world. The Rams had won when they were as close as they could come to losing. For a man as close to his players as second-year coach George Allen is, the fruits of an impossible victory warrant an emotional relief.
At the end of the 11th week, the Packers sewed up the Central Division. After 12 weeks in the Coastal Division, the Rams had yet to face the worst. They would have to win both remaining games to edge the Colts, and meanwhile, the Colts were continuing to win with undeniable authority. The 13th week, and the task at hand is the Packers. By the end of the first quarter, Green Bay has gained a 7-0 lead. Undaunted by the deficit, Gabriel methodically sets out for a score himself. Throwing across the grain, he targets Jack Snow. Snow led all NFL regulars with a 26-yard average on pass reception. This one accounts for only 17 yards, but it's a touchdown. At the outset of the second half, the Rams found themselves behind again. It would be necessary to create a clear-cut control. Mack and Iman begin at the beginning by blocking. Roman Gabriel established a team record for most touchdown passes in a season. This one was extremely important as it did indeed establish control. Rams 14, Packers 10. The Rams sustained their momentum by adding a field goal, but field goals are followed by kickoffs, and Travis Williams happened to be on the receiving end of this one. Williams will sprint 104 yards for a score. It will be countered by another Gossett field goal, which, in turn, is overshadowed by another Packer touchdown. With 2 minutes remaining, the Packers lead 24-20. More importantly, they are in possession. The Rams have 2 timeouts left. George Allen knows the clock, and Green Bay will confront the Rams with an unparalleled test of character. Never was the presentation of Deacon Jones' All-Pro credentials more timely. As long as there is Jones, there is hope. Merlin Olsen makes a similar presentation, and the Packers will have to punt. There is less than a minute. It's hope against hope. The Rams gamble everything. There will be no run back. Tony Guillory blocks the punt. As Claude Crabb fields the ball, the Rams know that the gamble is won. All that remains is to score, and it has to be a 6-pointer. It has to be the 6-pointer against one of the most proud defenses in the league. On second down, the exquisite agony is wiped away. Gabriel had come back to Bernie Casey, and the professionalism meant 6 points. Once again, a critical test had been met. Now it all boiled down to the final 60 minutes. The Colts have an 11-0-2 record. The Rams have a 10-1-2 record. Remember that tie in Baltimore? Today, a tie is as terminal as a loss. It has to be all or nothing. Since October, the Rams have trailed the Colts by a game. Now in the showdown, they trailed by 4 in the first quarter. The Colts have momentum, but in an instant, that momentum slips away. John Mackey on 3rd and 9 gives yardage in order to gain that which has already been won. A set of sticking cleats stops the Baltimore drive. Sensitive to the Colt failure, Gabriel strikes quickly. Jack Snow will take the bomb at the apex of his pattern. He sprints in untouched. At 5:38 of the second quarter, the Rams have decisively and with finality tipped the initiative in their favor. The fearsome foursome, principally David Jones, Harris Unitas to the point of distraction. Eddie Mentor intercepts the ill-considered pass. Gabriel will press to bolster this halftime lead. Bernie Casey gets the honor. The last quarter would prove to be all Ram. A precise execution moved the ball. But it was a sustained, drilled excellence that made the difference. Billy Truax scored. This excellence wasn't an exclusive with the offense. A pell-mell rush led by Merlin Olsen and David Cahill buckles United. Then it's Jones. Then on offense, it's Dick Bass. The final score is 34-10. It had been a 4-minute mile pace for the Colts, but they had fallen before the tape. Baltimore had ended a noble season. Their run had been brilliant.
Safety valve passes to the setbacks draw Baltimore's charge past the crest of the play and into ineffectiveness. On the ground, Gabriel is jabbing with quick hitters. The Los Angeles blocking is aggressive, excellent. On 3rd and 3, the Colts blitz. The Los Angeles quarterback beats the charge with a blistering delivery, and the Rams are on the Baltimore 39. The success of the play was dependent on one crucial piece of execution. Dick Bass, number 22, cuts down the blitz. Don Shinnick, 66, falls short of the mark. Gabriel, oft criticized as a gunner, stays faithfully to the game plan. Billy Truax hooks for 12 yards, advancing to the Colt 25. The Colt defense is lying back. Gabriel reads the shift and checks off to Bass. Bass manages to scurry for 13 yards before he's brought down by Rick Vogt. The Reading Colt defense has set up a tough 3rd down play. The Rams are on the Baltimore 30, and there are 13 yards to go for the 1st down. The Rams have to pass. Baltimore has dropped off all of their linebackers. Consequently, it's a 4-man rush against 6 blockers. Gabriel has all the time he needs. And Lester Josephson appears to have beaten Alvin Heyman on the street. The ubiquitous Rick Vogt turns in a last-minute deflection to save a score and stop the drive. Vogt's effort was a spectacular individual performance, and the key word is individual. Vogt saved the touchdown, but no amount of single effort could reverse a clearly emerging pattern. The Rams can move the ball sustainedly. With 11:10 of the first quarter elapsed, the Rams lead 3-0. Sensitive to the Colt failure, Gabriel capitulates to his instincts and throws the bomb. Jack Snow takes it in at the apex of his post pattern and sprints in untouched. At 5:38 of the second quarter, the Rams have won the seesaw battle for the initiative. Hereafter, the Colts will have an uphill struggle. The Colt heart is a professional heart. They have overcome disadvantages before and set out to do so again. Johnny Unitas is best under adversity. Eluding a hounding rush, he passes to Mackey for 34 yards. On the other hand, Deacon Jones, number 75, is best at creating adversity. Unitas might have eaten the ball. Instead, he passes to Eddie Metter. A confident Ram offense takes over. Gabriel reverts to the original game plan, a look-in to Truax. On 3rd and 1, the Colts appear to have stopped Bass short. An offsides penalty sustains the Los Angeles momentum. A disconsolate Johnny Unitas has suspicions of the unfolding pattern. Bernie Casey has run a quick post and vaults to a 16-yard gain. Continuing the quick attack, Gabriel flares Les Josephson. Josephson has been held responsible for the revitalization of the Rams' attack. A caroming run carries Los Angeles to the Baltimore 24. There are 35 seconds remaining to the half. The sellout Coliseum crowd demands a score, and time demands that the Rams open up the attack. Bernie Casey runs a flag pattern, and the score will stand. Rams 17, Colts 7 after the first 30 minutes. In the second half, the almost immovable Ram defense will become even more grudging. Number 75, Deacon Jones, reads a draw play and shucks off number 71, Dan Sullivan. Unlucky Tony Lark is enveloped by the massive All-Pro. Hoping that the fearsome foursome would overcharge, Unitas knew there would be an alley up the middle, but the Rams recovered too quickly. When Unitas had some protection, the foursome obscured his vision and deflected his passes. For most of the long afternoon, Unitas found his every plan frustrated by a white-jerseyed wall of muscle that refused to be cowed by his shrewd play selection. Finally, Unitas fell victim to the mobile Rams. Linebacker Jack Pardee intercepted his pass and ran back 29 yards to set up the only score of the third period. On that last play, Unitas enjoyed a rare luxury, time to throw. Number 73, Sam Ball, rode Deacon Jones out of the play, but unfortunately for Unitas, his swing and up pass to set back Tom Matty was diagnosed perfectly by Pardee, who was in excellent position to intercept. The Rams need a touchdown to solidify their tenuous 17-7 margin. But Tommy Mason, who has been plagued by injuries throughout his career, falls prey to his game legs and slips when only a clear field was his obstacle. The Colts pursue laterally as well as any team in the NFL. Lester Josephson is strung out on a sweep until there is nowhere to go but out of bounds. With the drive stalled, the Rams must call on place kicker Bruce Gossett. Gossett's 23-yard field goal is perfect, and the Los Angeles advantage burgeons to 27. Gabriel begins to pick apart the Colts secondary with his cannon-like delivery. A strike to set back Tommy Mason, and the former Viking's smooth velvet strides moves him through a cavernous breach in the Colt line to bring Los Angeles closer to victory. A quick pass to tight end Billy Truax sets up what will be the key play of the second half. On a rollout, Gabriel is pressured. But like innumerable times in 1967, his great strength allows him to fight free, reset, and target his receiver with a bullet. Bernie Casey's clutch catch moves Los Angeles to the 12. The determined Colts allowed Mason only 2 yards, and if the Rams are to score, it must be through the air. Behind a solid wall of protection, Gabriel throws his 25th touchdown pass of the year to Truax at the back line of the end zone. Trailing by 17 points, the Colts know that there will be no Hollywood ending to this memorable Sunday afternoon. On 4th down, the Colts couldn't afford to punt, and Irv Cross batted away the pass to Alex Hawkins. Week after week, George Allen has seen his Rams play inspired football when the penalty of a single defeat would be their elimination in the Coastal Division. With only 5 minutes remaining, his unflagging confidence in the Rams' destiny will be fulfilled. With a 27-10 lead, the Rams begin to eliminate the clock. Two running plays by Mason fail to net a first down, and the Colts will get a final chance for redemption. But for the most part, it is the aged body of the NFL's premier field general who must shrug off each reversal and come back up throwing. For Baltimore, the game ends at their 2-yard line. Their every plan, their every drive has been thwarted since the early moments of the first quarter. Behind Tommy Mason, Dick Bass adds a meaningless touchdown as the game of the year comes to a close. For Tommy Mason, the game has meant more than money. For the first time since high school, he's played on a winner. It is a good feeling and shared by all the Rams who for years have had to endure the censures of a team in transition. For second-year head coach George Allen, the victory has brought him and his team within 3 games of total supremacy in pro football. The story of the 1967 Rams has been the emergence of a powerful, quick-striding offense built on the maturation of quarterback Roman Gabriel. To survive in the NFL, you must have a good defense, and the Rams have always had a great one. To win in the NFL, you must have an offense that thrives and is nourished by opportunity. In 1967, the Rams have finally blended all of the ingredients of success. Next week, they meet a team and a man that has lived with success for a long time. For the Rams, it'll be like New Year's. Ring out the old and bring on the new.
On August 2nd, the Rams started. Sweeping their preseason schedule for the first time, they went on to accumulate the best regular season record in their history. The Coastal Division Championship had been won from the best competition in the league. A blend of execution and desire allowed the Rams to score the most points in the league. Execution and desire allowed the Rams to yield the fewest points in the league. More than 1 million fans came to the stadiums to see George Allen's Rams develop the best overall record in professional football. It had been a glorious season. It had been the 4-minute mile, a lung-bursting race to glory. The collective nervous system, however, had taken a pounding. The courage remained, but there had been an emotional drain. Time was still running. The Rams must go one more lap. Green Bay, the Central Division champions, a tenacious team. They're practiced counterpunchers. The conference championship will be a bitter struggle. Bernie Casey and the offense have proved they can score. It is now up to the defense to prove that they can stop the Packers. Chuck Lamson intercepts Bart Starr's pass. The return yields excellent field position. Then it happened. 20 weeks of excellence finally demanded its price. It was a price that could not be measured. The Rams were dulled, emotionally crystallized. When the field goal was denied, the pendulum had clearly swung in Green Bay's favor. All that had been done so well heretofore was suddenly impossible. It was a matter of inches. It was as if the tape had been abruptly moved just out of reach. For a while, the defense still operated on a deep-grained pride and habit. But the Packers are practiced counterpunchers, and finally, they asserted their will. The defeat could not have been more final. There would be no Super Bowl. The 21st game of the season erased the brilliance of a 17-1-2 record. It was a time of despair. At the last moment, the tape had been moved. But the Rams had never run such a race before, and now they know the tempo. They'll do it better. There is next year, the 1968 season. The Rams had run a long race, and the finish was disappointing in terms of the ultimate championship. The elements of that race, however, never approached disappointment. The Rams are a team of teams. Punter John Kilgore's toe activates one of them. The specialties feature such promising players as Bob Nichols, George Berman, Gene Breen, Tyrone Talbot, Greg Schumacher, and Kelton Winston. And Tony Guillory will still be harassing opposing punters. And there is the magnificent David Jones. Violent, slashing, all-pro, all-everything, defensive lineman. Lamar Lundy has played with the Rams longer than any other player. Lundy's aggressiveness hasn't been diminished by his longevity. At one tackle, another all-pro, Merlin Olsen. Number 78, Roger Brown, is the newest member of the fearsome foursome. He replaced the injured Rosie Greer at tackle, and he replaced him with an equally effective style. The second line of defense is a combination of experience and depth. Doug Woodleaf is a promising young linebacker. The veteran starter, Myron Patios, overcame an injury to play a strong role. Maxie Bond was accorded all-pro honors. Maxie, one of the most savvy linebackers in the league. He's deadly reading the sweep. Vaughn called a consistently heady defensive game. George Allen feels that Vaughn and Pardee comprise the best pair of outside linebackers in the league. The interception is Pardee's specialty. Pardee led all NFL linebackers in interceptions with 6. He just missed the league record by 1. Pass defense is naturally the domain of the secondary. Willie Daniel was the newest member of the secondary corps, a unit that led all NFL teams in interceptions. Irv Cross played a very particular brand of halfback. His tackling so vicious that receivers had a habit of becoming detached from the football. Chuck Lamson also played the ball. On fumble recoveries or deflecting the strike, Lamson was there. Clarence Williams pulls in the carom. Williams is a big, aggressive sprinter who plays the left wing. Eddie Metter is the free safety. He's all-pro, too. 8 interceptions in '67 boosted his career total to 33, a new Ram record. These are the elements. These are the elements that carried the Rams to a splendid, bittersweet season that ended at the playoff bowl.
Gabriel hits Lester Josephson, and the explosive fullback wrestles his way to midfield. Number 69, Jim Kanicki, almost jumps the gun. Tom Mack adroitly dissipates the charge, and the result is time to target another gain. The Browns secondary has been called elastic. That is, they'll give up the midfield yardage, but will tighten in their own territory. Cleveland does tighten, but not enough. Gabriel sustains the momentum. It was a big play, a play that the Browns almost made. There are 21 yards to the goal line, and the Ram front wall throws a picture book protection. Bernie Casey is beaten double coverage with a handsome outside move, and Los Angeles leads by 7. Bernie Casey has developed into a truly splendid receiver. He is of that breed that can perform, does perform, during the dangerous times. Dick Bass wears number 22. He weighs 195 pounds and plays setback. He has remarkable courage. It has been Bass's courage and Lester Josephson's calculated explosiveness that skyrocketed the Rams' offense in 1967. Josephson bellies deep from the handoff. Running left, the right-hander will try to target Casey. The attempt is a long shot gamble designed to demoralize. The attempt will fail. Barely. The significance, however, cannot be denied. The Rams can move, are intent on a sustained pressure, and despite the incompletion, are in field goal range. It's not the 6-pointer, but it is the game plan. Grind the Browns into defeat. It's a question of character. The season is over. The glory has fallen on other shoulders. The game could be a mere ballet of motion, but for one thing, pride. The situation is 3rd and 2. Roman Gabriel makes a brilliantly daring call. Once again, Los Angeles comes up with the big play. The first down is won by a margin of 18 yards. Gabriel, despite his 6 years in the league, allows that this is really but his second. It is his second as a starter, and there is still much to learn. The Rams have a supreme confidence in their maturing quarterback. They'll throw second and third blocks and keep running their patterns. Jack Snow made the reception on that play. This is the path he followed to the ball. Cleveland's Mike Howell drops off his coverage for a moment. This was a mistake. Snow paid for the reception, but the Ram momentum is sustained. It's a question of character. As the quarter changes, the Rams return to fundamentals. Gabriel lets the Cleveland rush bear down, setting up the screen. Josephson slips a tackle and piles to the Cleveland 12-yard line. The Browns' defense stiffens, and the result will be a 4th down situation. Gabriel takes a timeout to confer with his coach. After the game, Allen said that he wanted the world to know that his team was as good as either that would be in the Super Bowl next week. The decision is to go for the touchdown. Billy Truax made the reception. The score is Los Angeles 17, Cleveland nothing. Ryan throws a hitch to the speedy Paul Warfield. A hard-pursuing Los Angeles defense forces a turnover. Ryan's efforts to escape the rush and gain a quick strike are aborted. Ball control is horribly demoralizing to any defense. A bomb might be excused as a fluke, but when an offense methodically rips yardage away, the psychological result is disastrous. Les Josephson draws up the middle, gyroscoping deep into the Cleveland secondary. The setback suggests the alternative of the field goal, but the Rams have tasted blood and want the 6 points. Eddie Mentor's pass missed perfection by perhaps an inch. From the ground, the failure is almost painful. With a 17-point lead, a legitimate field goal attempt would be adequate football, except that George Allen wants total victory. The Browns try to establish a control game on the ground, play their own game. Merlin Olsen pops the ball loose, and the Rams take over. Superior pass blocking gives Gabriel ample time to find Bernie Casey at the tag end of a precision pattern in Cleveland territory. The tangled confusion of the line flashes brilliantly clear when Gabriel releases the ball. Watch Casey's feet. This is the choreography of the big play. The drive is stuttered, but the Rams are in field goal range. The three-pointer isn't a crowd pleaser. It's a means of winning, whether it provides the margin or whether it just breaks a defensive spirit. Gabriel rolls out, enjoying the sanctity of a mobile cup. He has time to hit Tommy Mason. Mason clears the defender and slashes and cuts for 43 yards, a performance reminiscent of his healthier days. Number 33, Willie Ellison, is at setback for the Rams. Finding the hole jammed, he breaks for the outside. It's a stand-up touchdown for the rookie, and the Rams are up 27-6. Deacon Jones is the kind of man who allows no rest for the weary. Gary Lane is no exception. Dave Cahill comes off his outside rush to recover the fumble. On that play, Dick Shafrath, number 77, had done his job too well. He took Cahill out of the scrum, thereby giving him an all-too-clear shot at the recovery. The game has resolved itself. The only outstanding question is whether the Browns can prevent another touchdown at the hands of the Rams substitutes. The Browns will prevent the touchdown, but Bruce Gossett won't be denied his third field goal of the day. As Gossett recorded the 30th point, he also recorded a playoff bowl record for field goals. Field goal suggests this is what the Rams did. They came at the Browns relentlessly, 3, 4, 5 yards at a time. They ground Cleveland into defeat.
The Rams had run the 4-minute mile and then were asked to go another quarter. The tape had proved just out of reach. The end of the season would not be the Super Bowl, but the playoff bowl. It would not only be the conclusion of a brilliant season, but more importantly, the first game of 1968. Defensively, David Deacon Jones set the pace, and for his efforts he was voted Defensive Player of the Game. His performance so impressive that there were other nominations. Roman Gabriel was voted Offensive Player of the Game. He engineered a gambling attack that burgeoned into one of tactical brilliance. Gabriel is remarkably strong. Couple this with a gambler's passion. You have a quarterback that will bootleg on 4th and 1. Gabriel picked up the first down by 20 yards. A change of quarters indicates no change in Ram aggressiveness. 4th down 2 at the 2, and already safe margin would suggest a field goal. But it was not a day of conservative choices. Billy Truax gets the 6 points. From the Cleveland 9, Willie Ellison explodes around right end. Ellison voted the Rams' top rookie. He fits the mold for 68. The defense held Cleveland to 6 points. The score was Browns 6, Rams 30. In newspaper parlance, 30-3-0 means the end, and so it was for the 67 season. But every end implies a new beginning, and the playoff bowl was a victorious start for the 1968 season.